Now this first question is extremely easy. If you look into this question, they have already provided you the solution. So there is no need to solve the differential equation. What you can do is basically directly find the value of alpha using this value that is given to us. So what I can do is I can substitute in the place of x1 and the place of y pi by 3. And if I do so, what you will observe is the value of alpha here will come out to be nothing but root 3. Once alpha is root 3, it is very simple to find the value of alpha square. It comes out to be 3. An extremely simple question. Now this next question is very simple question. In this question, what they're asking us to do is they've given us this number and the job is to find the remainder when this is divided by 9. So the process in such kind of questions is whatever this number is given, that is 64. Let us write into a multiple of 9. So it can be written as 7 into 9 plus 1. And once I do so, in the next step, I have a very simple property that if we have 1 plus x raised to the power n, we can see that it can be expressed as 1 plus mx. You can verify this property by applying binomial theorem. So there's nothing complex about this question or this property. So in the third part, now what we can write is our question can be written as nothing but 7 into 9 plus 1 raised to the power 32 into 32. So you can see that the remainder from this property comes out to be nothing but 1 plus 9 times some quantity m. So the remainder becomes nothing but 1. Extremely simple question. If I look into this next question, and it is again a very simple question. All I need to do is understand that there are two parts of the question. One is how to draw and understand this graph, and another is to find the area. So if I draw my graph, let us understand what graph they are talking about. So for drawing any minimum kind of a function between two functions, what we need to do is we need to plot both the graphs on the same graph paper. So this is the first line, that is 2x plus 2. So the second one says that it is nothing but x square plus 2. So x square plus 2 would be like this. So now what we can observe from here is basically this point of intersection of both of these graphs. This we'll have to find. So if I take x square plus 2 and equate it to 2x plus 2, I will get this point. So you can see that 2 is getting cancelled out and there are two values of x that we are getting. So this point is nothing but 2. If I put 2 here, it will become 6. So this is nothing but 2 comma 6. So now if I want to understand what is going to be my actual curve, it is going to start from 0 to 2. This is the minimum part. And after this, the minimum function out of this will become the bottom curve, that is nothing but 2x plus 2. So now what they're asking is, what is the area enclosed? Another two things that they have given is we need to go start from 0, go up till 3. So this is another thing that they have given us. And when we wrote this earlier, this is y. Let us correct this. Y lies between 0 and this. So what is happening is we are talking about this area enclosed. So the first area enclosed will go till here. This is the area enclosed that we are talking about. Another part of the same thing is starting from here and going up till 3. So if I take this, both areas, I should get my answer. So if I want to write the value of a in the second part, there are two parts to this. The first area will come between 0 to 2, and this would be nothing but x square plus 2 dx. And the second part becomes nothing from 2 to 3, 2x plus 2 dx. Now this is a very simple integral. You can find this value. It comes out to be nothing but 160. This comes out to be nothing but so if I calculate this value, let us see what comes. So in the first part, it becomes nothing but x cube by 3 plus 2x from 0 to 2. In the next part, it comes out to be nothing but 2x square by 2 plus 2x from 2 to 3. If I put the value, let us see what answer am I getting. So if I put, the first part becomes 8 by 3 plus 4. If I put 0, it becomes 0. In the second part, 2 is getting cancelled out. If I put here, this becomes nothing but 9 minus 4 plus 2 times 3 minus 2. And if I simplify this, let us see what is the final answer that I get. So this becomes 8 by 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 2. So this is nothing but 5 plus 4, 9 plus 2, 11. So 8 by 3 plus 11. 8 plus 33 by 3. And if I add 8 to this becomes nothing but 41 by 3. Now what they're asking is nothing but the value of 12a. So if I find the value of 12a, 4 into 41 will come. That is nothing but 164. Now this question is a combination of two important topics of mathematics. One is nothing but the inverse trigonometry part that we need to solve first. Whatever answer we will get from that, what we are getting is m and n, and then this m and n will go to the second part, that is nothing but a quadratic equation. What we need to find is nothing but the roots of this, that are nothing but alpha and beta. And then the third part talks about that this alpha comma beta will satisfy which of these options. So there are three parts in the question. Let us do in that order only. In the first part, let us try and solve this equation. So if I try and solve this, what is happening here is I can write this as nothing but, this is nothing but cos of 2 theta. So it can be written nothing as 1 minus 2 sine square sine inverse x, and this comes out to be 1 by 9. They have given that x here is greater than 0. Let us also keep this in mind. So sine of sine inverse x will always be equal to x. So there is no problem. This becomes 1 minus 2x square equal to 1 by 9. And if I take and simplify this, it becomes 8 by 9 is equal to 2x square. So the value of x square comes out to be 4 by 9. Hence the value of x is nothing but 2 by 3 since x is greater than 0. This is the first part. Now in the second part, let us try and solve this quadratic equation. So this quadratic equation becomes nothing but 2x square, because the value of m is 2, minus 3x minus m would become minus 2 plus 3 is equal to 0. So the equation becomes nothing but 2x square minus 3x plus 1 equal to 0. So if I solve, the value of x comes out to be 3 plus minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. So it comes out to be nothing but 3 plus minus 1 by 4. Now from here you can see that there are two values that we are getting. The bigger one is alpha. So alpha comes out to be 1. And the value of beta comes out to be nothing but 1 by 2. Now in the third part, what they're saying is in the third part, this is going to satisfy one of the options. So if I check my options, the first option, if I try and put it 5x will become nothing but 5 alpha minus 8y will become nothing but 4. You can see that this will not be equal to 9. So first is not getting satisfied. But probably the second, let us try. In second one, if I multiply by 5, this becomes 5. The second part becomes nothing but 1 by 2. Again, this is not getting satisfied. If I look into the C option, it is nothing but 5x plus 8y. So 5x plus 8y. So this will become nothing but 5 plus 8 into 1 by 2. So this is equal to 9, and this option is getting satisfied. So C becomes our answer. Now this question is also quite a standard question. What we will do is use this identity. So this is nothing but sine 2 theta, that can be written as sine theta cos theta. And this first part is nothing but pure trigonometry. So what we can do with this one is we can write this as nothing but cos square theta plus sine square theta. And then what we have is 2 cos theta sine theta. So if you write it in this manner, this becomes nothing but a root of cos theta minus sine theta whole square. And this becomes nothing but mod of cos theta minus sine theta. See, now if I want to interpret this function, because we are going from pi by 6 to pi by 3. So what we can observe in the form of graphs is, if I draw the graph, this is how the sine graph will look like, and this is how the cos graph will look like. So you can see that till pi by 4 cos is greater, but after pi by 4 the sine will become greater. So this will open with a plus sign if I am looking values till pi by 4. So from pi by 6, if x lies till pi by 4, this will open with a positive sign. But if I am looking at values greater than pi by 4, sine theta minus cos theta will happen. So this lies between pi by 4 to pi by 3. Once you have done this basic interpretation, the next part is nothing but integration. So what we can do is we can split it into two parts, pi by 6 to pi by 4. Cos theta minus sin theta d theta. And the second part becomes nothing but pi by 4 to pi by 3 sin theta minus cos theta. So if this happens, what is the answer? So the first part, it becomes nothing but sin theta plus cos theta. Pi by 6 to pi by 4. And the second part becomes nothing but minus cos theta plus sin theta. And this becomes from pi by 4 to pi by 3. Let us put the values and get the answer. So if I put my values in the first part, answer corresponding to that becomes 1 by root 2 plus 1 by root 2 minus, if I put pi by 6, the first part becomes 1 by 2 and the second part becomes minus root 3 by 2. If I do this in the second part, what are the values that we are getting? So if I put pi by 3, this becomes nothing but minus 1 by 2 minus root 3 by 2. And then we can see that the other part will come out to be 1 by root 2 plus 1 by root 2. Let us add everything up and find the value of alpha, beta, gamma. If I add everything up, you can see that this is 1 by 2, this becomes nothing but minus 1. This is minus root 3 by 2, minus root 3 by 2, this becomes nothing but minus root 3. If I add 1 by root 2, 1, you can see that 1 by root 2 is coming 4 times. This will become 4 by root 2. And my answer ultimately comes out to be minus 1. So if I see in the question format, alpha is nothing but minus 1. Then we have nothing but plus 2 root 2 and then minus root 3. So the value of alpha from here, you can see that comes out to be minus 1. The value of beta comes out to be 2. And the value of gamma comes out to be minus 1. Once you have got this value, it is very simple to find the value of 3 alpha plus 4 beta minus gamma. If I put the values, 3 alpha becomes nothing but minus 3. This becomes nothing but 8 and this becomes nothing but 1. So answer becomes 9 minus 3, that is nothing but 6. Quite a simple question, but it has two separate parts, one based on trigonometry, another based on integration. And this next question, there is an actual confusion what the actual question was. I will tell you both the scenarios. The first scenario talk about in how many ways we can distribute these 8 identical books in 4 non-identical shelves. If I take the shelf as non-identical, then we can apply Beggar's method. We can write number of books in the first shelf as x1, second as x2, third as x3, fourth as x4. And the sum total should be equal to 8. Here xi is nothing but greater than equal to 0. That means in a shelf there can be no books also. So in this scenario, we can write answer directly using Beggar's method as nothing but 8 plus 4 minus 1 C8. And if you simplify this, comes out to be 165. So this is one way to interpret the question. That is the reason I said I'm not very sure what the exact question was. But if I take the question to be 4 identical shelf, then it becomes little bit different, because now what will happen is this Beggar's method will not get applied. So if the question was framed in this manner that 8 identical books and 4 identical shelves, now Beggar method becomes inapplicable. And we will have to make cases in this case and check how it works out. I will tell you a few cases. So one case would be 0, 0, 0, 8, and this will be considered as one case and not 4 case, because the shells are identical. But in Beggar's method, when we count, this is counted as 4 different cases, because that 8 books can go into shelf 1, 2, 3 and 4. So this is what is fundamentally changing. Then another case would be 0, 0, then 1, 7. So if I take these kind of cases, you can see that there would be another 1, 7. Then the next would become nothing but 2, 6, then the last two will become nothing but 3, 5 and 4, 4. You can see that in this case, again you will get 4 cases. And like this, you will have to check. So once you check and understand this, you will get your answer. So now based on what exactly the question was, you will have to use the approach and get to an answer. Now similar kind of question we did when we did one shot series on the PNC and probability. So in this case, they're asking probability, but this is a question of probability that is based on PNC only. So let us find the answer to this question. So what they want is nothing but probability that it is divisible by 4 union 6 union 7. This is what they want. So the answer to this question is probability of 4 plus probability of 6 plus probability of 7 minus probability of 4 intersection 6 minus probability of 6 intersection 7 minus probability of 4 intersection 7. Now 4 and 6, something is usually 4 and 6. So this could be written as nothing but P of 4 is fine, P of 6 is also fine, P of 7 is also fine. But this 4 and 6 will become nothing but 24. 6 and 7, this will become nothing but 42. And 4 and 7 will become nothing but 28. So now these are the things that we need to find. If I find all of these values individually and substitute, ideally I should get my answer. So let us try and find all of these values. If I want to find P of 4, it is very simple. How many numbers between 1 to 50 are divisible by 4? So what you can take this 50 divided by 4 and take greatest integer function. So if I do so, it is 25 by 2 comes out to be 12. So there are 12 numbers that are divisible by 4. So this will become nothing but 12 by 50. If I want to do it for the next part, that is P of 6, I will take 50 and divide by 6. And if I do so, you can see that 2 will get cancelled to 25 by 3, 3 into 8. So this comes out to be 8. So 8 by 50. The next is nothing but we'll have to divide by 7 in the third part. So P of 7 is nothing but 50 by 7. So now we can see that 7 into 7 is 49. So answer comes out to be 7. 7 by 50. Next is 24. If I divide by 24, clearly the answer is going to be 2. So 2 by 50. 42, it is going to become 1. And 28, again it is going to become 1. Ideally, if I add all of this, I should get my answer. Let us check the answer, what it comes out to be. So 2 plus 1 plus 1, it becomes 4. I can subtract from this 4. So this becomes 16 plus 7. 16 plus 7 is nothing but 23 by 50. So there is one very small thing that we missed out. That is nothing but, it is not going to be relevant. But if I also have to consider 4 intersection 6 intersection 7. But you can see that this number would be very large. So there is not going to be any impact on the answer as such. Now again, this question also quite simple. In this question, what they are talking about is a GP whose first term is given to us as 1 by 8. They are saying that all the terms are not identical. That would mean R is not equal to 1. The third information that they are giving is, if I take any term, let us say A, and it is nothing but the arithmetic mean of the two successive terms. So AR square divided by 2. If I take this first condition and simplify, you can see that the A is getting cancelled out. So what we are getting is R square plus R is equal to 2. R square plus R minus 2 is equal to 0. And R comes out to be nothing but minus 1 plus minus root of B square plus 4 into 2 by 2A. So minus plus minus 3 by 2. So if I take minus sign, it becomes nothing but minus 2. But if I take plus sign, it comes out to be 1. So this we do not want. This is the accepted answer. So if I take this answer and write my answer in the next part, what they want me to find is the value of S20 minus S18. So let us find this value, substitute and get the answer. So if I want to find S20, it is nothing but A into, so A here is nothing but 1 by 8 into minus 2 raised to the power 20 minus 1 by minus 20 minus 1. So if I simplify this, let us see what am I getting. So what I get is basically 2 raised to the power 20 minus 1 minus 1 by into minus 1 by 3 into 8 is 24. If I take the next part, that is S18, it becomes nothing but 1 by 8 into minus 2 raised to the power 18 minus 1 by minus 2 minus 1. And if I simplify this, this comes out to be nothing but 2 raised to the power 18 minus 1 into minus 1 by 24. If I subtract both of these, let us see what do we get. So my answer S20 minus S18 is nothing but 2 raised to the power 20 minus 2 raised to the power 18 into minus 1 by 24. So if I take 2 raised to the power 18 common, it reduces itself into 2 raised to the power 4 minus 1. This comes out to be 3. 3 will get cancelled out with 8. And what we are getting is nothing but minus 2 raised to the power 50. This becomes our answer. Now, this is a CBSE level question. What they are asking in this part is nothing but there is a line there, it is given to you. So, what they are asking is if there is a line, and I do not need to even draw to the scale diagram in order to do that. There is a line that is given to us. They are asking the distance of this point 2, 4 from this line. If it is measured along the line, so there is another line, let us say this. So this line's equation is also given to us, that is root 3x plus y plus 2. And what they have also given us is the equation of the first line, that is 2x plus y plus 2 equal to 0. They want the distance, but not the straight distance, this curved distance that we have here. So if I do this, now this is a very simple question. There are two methods to do it. One using equation of straight line and intersection of points, and another using trigonometry. I am going to use the trigonometry method. So this distance, let us say it is d. This angle, if I find theta, so what they want is this slant distance L. So in this triangle, if I just apply my basic trigonometry, I will be able to write sine theta. It would be nothing but d by L. So my L is nothing but d by sine theta. Now in order to do this question, I will require two things. One is sine theta and the second one is d. So d is very simple to find. It is nothing but perpendicular distance. If I want to find d, the formula is very simple. 2 into 2 plus 4 plus 2 mod of this divided by root of a square plus b square. So this becomes 2 square plus 1 square. If I simplify this, what am I getting? I am getting 4 plus 4, 8 plus 2, 10, 10 by root 5. And this becomes nothing but 2 root 5. Now, if I move towards the second part, or the third part, in fact, what they want us is to find this angle theta, and that is nothing but the theta between the line. So we can apply the slope formula. So the slope for first line would be nothing but minus 2. The slope for next line would be nothing but minus root 3. And if I apply my formula, this is what am I getting. So if I simplify, it comes out to be nothing but 2 minus root 3 by 1 plus 2 root 3. If you have got sine theta, we can calculate tan theta from here. So my tan theta, so this is nothing but a triangle, this is theta. This is 2 minus root 3. This is 1 plus 2 root 3. So for this, I will have to find the hypotenuse. The hypotenuse would be nothing but root of a square plus b square. So this will become, if I want to find my sine theta, I can directly write it. It is nothing but 2 minus root 3 by root of square of both of these. So this becomes nothing but 2 minus root 3 whole square or 1 plus root 3 whole square. Let us simplify and check out what our answer comes out to be. So this becomes 2 minus root 3 by, if you simplify this first part, it becomes 4 plus 3 minus 4 root 3. If I further simplify it, the value of sine theta comes out to, you can see 4 root 3 and 4 root 3 will cancel out. And what we are getting is 7 plus 12, that is 19, plus 1, 20. So this is nothing but 4 root 5. 2 minus root 3 by root of 20. We can take 2 common outside the bracket, this becomes 2 root 5. Now let us write the answer. So your answer becomes nothing but D was nothing but 2 root 5. What we have got from here is 2 minus root 3 into 2 root 5. You can see the numerator becomes 4 into 5 by 2 minus root 3. We can rationalize and get our answer. So this is 20 by 4 minus 3 into 2 plus root 3. So answer becomes nothing but 20 times 2 plus root 3. You can check my calculation as well. Now this next question is based on the idea of complex numbers, and largely whatever question we saw till now are on the easy side only. If you want to solve it, what you are going to get is x square minus root 6x plus 3 is equal to 0. And if I want to find the roots, it becomes nothing but root 6 plus minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. So this becomes nothing but root 6 plus minus root of minus 6 by 2. So this becomes root 6 plus minus root 6i by 2. So root 6 by 2 we can take out. So this is 1 plus minus I. And now we are getting two roots from here. What they have said is the value imaginary part of beta is smaller than 0. So if I consider this roots, so root 6 by 2, 1 plus I will become nothing but alpha. And if I consider the other one, root 6 by 2, 1 minus I, it becomes another root beta. So this is what is given to us. Now once we have got this, if we do one very simple calculation, if we write this in Euler's form, because we are dealing with nothing but power, so this will become root 2 into e raised to the power I pi by 4. And the second part becomes nothing but root 6 by 2 into root 2 e raised to the power minus I pi by 4. You can see this now, this 2, this will further simplify into root 3 times e raised to the power I pi by 4, root 3 times e raised to the power minus I pi by 4. Once you have got this value, let us move to the second part of the question, that is finding the value of this part that is given to us. You can see that what is given is nothing but alpha raised to the power 99, and if I take LCM, beta raised to the power 99 by beta. So if I take this, we will see that this will become root 3 raised to the power 99, e raised to the power I 99 pi by 4. Second part becomes root 3 raised to the power 99, e raised to the power minus I 99 pi by 4. And the denominator becomes nothing but beta, that is nothing but root 3 e raised to the power minus I pi by 4. Now see how it turns out. So if I take this in the numerator and if I simplify this, let us see what am I getting. This root 3 will get cancelled out. So root 3 raised to the power 98 we are getting. And in multiplication, what are the quantities that will come? So if I take this e raised to the power minus I by 4 in the numerator, this becomes e raised to the power I 100 pi by 4. The second term will become e raised to the power minus I. And now this will get subtracted to 98 pi by 4. After this, it is simple calculation, and if I do so, let us see what is the value of alpha a and b that I am getting. So let us remove this part. So if I do my next level of calculation in the third part, let us see what is the answer that I get. So you can see that root 3 raised to the power 98 will become 3 raised to the power 49. This will become e raised to the power I 100 pi by 4. So if you divide 100 by 4, it becomes 24 pi, 25 pi. Here if I do it, so you can see 1, 2 will get cancelled. So 49 pi by 2 will be there. So now we need to find the value of these two terms. Let us find them separately, put and get an answer. So if you look into e raised to the power 25 pi. So if you want to write this, this is cos of 25 pi plus I sine 25 pi. And if I put these values, you can see that the first part will become minus 1 and the second part becomes 0. So the answer comes out to be minus 1. If I look into the second part, it is e raised to the power. If I divide by 2, I can simplify this. So now this is nothing but 49 pi by 2. So cos of minus 49 pi by 2 plus I sine minus 49 pi by 2. If I simplify this, the first part you can see is an odd multiple of pi by 2, so this will become 0. The second part I can take minus sign out, so it becomes sine of 49 pi by 2. 49 is nothing but 48 plus 1, so this becomes 24 pi plus pi by 2. So that is nothing but will become and come out to be 1. This becomes minus I. So if I put these values, what am I getting? Here is nothing but 3 raised to the power 49. The first part becomes nothing but minus 1. Second part becomes nothing but minus I. And now what they're saying is, let us compare this to 3 times. So now if I compare both the sides, let us see what are the values that we are getting. So you can see that the n will come out to be 49. The value of a will become minus 1. The value of b will also become minus 1. And what we want to find is a plus b plus n. If I add all of these values, you can see your answer comes out to be 47. Now this next question is based on statistics, and this type of questions has been asked in JEE a lot. So what you need to do is follow the straightforward steps. So let us first talk about what they're saying in the question is the mean of 5 terms is nothing but 24 by 5. So let us write those 5 terms and find their mean. It comes out to be 24 by 5. What they're saying is if I take 4 terms out of them, it becomes 7 by 2. So if I go till x4 by 4, it is nothing but 7 by 2. So from the first part and second part, so now what I can do in the first part, I can remove this 5 from the denominator. This is what I will get. In the second part, if I multiply by 4 on both the sides, this becomes 14. Now if I subtract both of these equations, the value of x5 comes out to be nothing but 10. This is the first step. The second step, we need to apply the formula for variance. Now if I take variance, it is nothing but summation of xi square by n minus summation of xi by n whole square. We can also write the second part as nothing but mean. So we can write this as nothing but x bar. So in the first case, the answer when we are taking 5 terms is nothing but 194 by 25. And this becomes nothing but x1 square, x2 square, x3 square, x4 square, x5 square by 5. And we can see the mean in the first part was nothing but 24 by 5 whole square. Now this is what we are getting from the first part. Now for the second part, they want us to find the new variance. So let us say that that is v. And this will come out to be nothing but x1 square plus x2 square plus x3 square plus x4 square by 5 minus, and this new mean was given as nothing but 7 by 2 whole square. So now what we can do in order to solve this is we can substitute the value of x5 here. And you can see that this comes out to be nothing but 100. And from the first part, we can figure out the value of this part, substitute it here and get the answer. So let us apply these steps and see how it turns out. So in the third part, I am going to apply and do these things. And if I do so, the answer to this question or the V comes out to be nothing but 5 by 4. Now this question also is not a very difficult question. If you just do the right kind of steps, you'll get your answer quite fast. So what we want to do in this question is find the value of nothing but r and theta. That is nothing but principal argument and nothing but our modulus. So what we can do here is we can write this 10 as nothing but pi minus 3 pi by 2. Why am I doing that? Because I want to take this value between 0 and pi by 2. That is the reason. So if I do this, this becomes 2 plus 2i 10 3 pi by 8. Now once I've got this, what I can do is I can take LCM. And if I do so, it becomes nothing but this can be written as sine 3 pi by 8 cos 3 pi by 8. Now I can take LCM. So it will become 2 by sine cos 3 pi by 8 can be taken outside. will become cos 3 pi by 8 plus I sine 3 pi by 8. So you can see that the conversion from this form to the Euler's form become very simple, and now this can be written as 2 sec 3 pi by 8. This becomes e raised to the power I 3 pi by 8. We can see that from here this part would be nothing but the r, and whatever writing here is nothing but the theta. So if I check my options, you can see that the B option comes out to be correct. Now in this next question, what we need to do is basically we need to apply the concept of AP. So if I apply in the first part, it is 2 times ln of B is equal to ln of A plus ln of C. So this becomes B square and ln of AC. So B square will be equal to AC. This is the first part. And also know with this property that if the terms are in GP, their log will be in arithmetic progression. So from there also you can directly do. Second part is if I apply the same thing in the second part of the question, it becomes 2 times ln 2b minus ln 3c. This should be equal to nothing but ln a minus ln 2b plus ln 3c minus ln a. The properties of log, what I can write in the left hand side is ln of 2b by 3c. And on the right side, it becomes ln of a by 2b plus ln of 3c by a. And if I simplify this, this becomes ln of 3c by 2b, because these terms will get multiplied. So if I multiply them, this is what I'm going to get. Now my left hand side can be written as 2b by 3c whole square. So whatever I did earlier, I'm doing the same thing once more. So if I do this, what am I getting is 4b square by 9c square is equal to 3c by 2b. And what we can write from here is see 8b cube will be equal to 27c cube. So the ratio of b is to c. Now see, if I consider for the third part the value of b as 3k, the value of c as 2k based on this ratio, and put it in the first part, what will I get from here is nothing but 9k square a into 2k. So what I am getting from here is, you can see the k will get cancelled out and the value of a comes out to be 9 by 2k. So now if I want to find the ratio, it is nothing but 9 by 2k is to 3k is to 2k. So the value comes out to be 9 is to 6 is to 4. The next question is again a very simple question, comes at the level of board, and this question talks about how to make this equivalence relation, and usually we divide such question into 3 parts. How to make it reflexive first. So in order to make it reflexive, you need to have elements 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3 and 4, 4. For making it reflexive, this would be required. For making it symmetric, you can see that you will have to add 3, 1 and 2, 1. So this is the next part. In order to make it transitive, and here it becomes interesting. You can see that if I have 3, 1, what I would require, and there is already 1, 2. So for this 2, you can see that for making it transitive, I will require 3, 2. And if I have 3, I will also require 2, 3. So you can see that total 8 elements would be required to make it an equivalence relation. Next question appears to be a very simple question based on differentiation. We can write this y as nothing but ln of 1 plus x square minus ln of 1 minus x square. If I differentiate, the first derivative becomes 1 upon 1 plus x square minus 1 upon 1 minus x square, and there is 2x here also, and there will be minus 2x here as well. Now we can simplify and differentiate. So let us simplify first and then differentiate. So if I take this 2x common, what I have is nothing but 1 minus x square plus 1 plus x square divided by 1 minus x raised to the power 4 will come. So what am I getting is nothing but 4x by 1 minus x raised to the power 4. Now differentiation of this part also becomes simpler. So if I differentiate this, I will have to use the division rule. and this becomes 1 minus x raised to the power 4 minus x into nothing but differentiation of this becomes minus 4x cube by 1 minus x raised to the power 4 whole square. Now what we can do from this first part is nothing but, now what they want is the value of difference of this at x equal to 1 by 2. So let us put x equal to 1 by 2 and figure out the value in the first part. So it becomes 4 into 1 by 2, 1 minus 1 by 16. So this becomes 4 into 8 by 15, 32 by 15. If I want to find the value in the next part, I will get 4 into 1 minus 1 by 16 minus 1 by 2 into plus sign will come 4 into 1 by 2 cube. And what am I getting? In the denominator is nothing but 1 minus 1 by 16 whole square. If I simplify this, let us see what am I getting. So 4 is fine. The first part will become 15 by 6. We can see here that this is 15 by 16. And this part comes out to be 4 by 16. And when we divide, this becomes 15 by 16 whole square. Now if I do this, so if I find the value of y double dash minus y dash, it comes out to be 4 into 19 into 16 by 2 to 5 minus 32 by 15. So if I simplify and find the value of 4 into 9 into 16, and if I take LCM, it is 4 into 9 into 16 minus 32 into 15 by nothing but 225. And now you can see that 16 into 2, 32 can be taken common. So what we'll have is 19 into 2 is nothing but 38 minus 15 by 225. If I subtract 15 from this, it will be nothing but 15 plus 8, that is nothing but 23. So 32 into 23 by 225. So in this next question, a triangle with vertices are given. So if I want to find this angle QPR, what I will have to do is basically find the direction ratios of PQ. So if I do so, it comes out to be nothing but 1, 4, minus 1. If I subtract the x, y, z coordinate, same thing for PR. If I subtract from 7, 3, it becomes 4. From 3, 2, it becomes 1. And from 2, 1, it becomes minus 1. Now, if I find their dot product, I get the value of cos theta. So that becomes 4 minus 1, 4, 1 minus. So if I find cos theta, the value comes out to be nothing but 4 plus 4 plus 1. And in denominator, what we are getting is nothing but 1 plus 4 square plus 1 square into root of 4 square plus 1 square plus 1 square. And hence, you see numerator what we are getting is 9. In denominator, we get nothing but 18. So it becomes 1 by 2. So the value of theta here comes out to be nothing but pi by 3. Quite a simple question. Now this question is quite straightforward. They want us to tell in what interval is this increasing. So what we can do is we can find f dash of x and put this greater than equal to 0. Let us check how this works out. So differentiation of numerator becomes 1. Denominator is x square minus 6x minus 16 minus x will come in differentiation of denominator, that is 2x minus 6 by x square minus 6x minus 16 whole square is greater than equal to 0. So this is going to happen when numerator is positive. So that will happen when x square minus 6x minus 16 minus 2x square plus 6x is greater than equal to 0. If I simplify this, this is minus x square minus 16 is greater than equal to 0, and this will never happen. So the answer becomes null set. Now this next question is a very interesting question. It talks about a triangle which has two of its sides corresponding to OA vector and OB vector. So if I draw this triangle, you can say that the area of this triangle would be nothing but B vector cross A vector modulus of this, half of modulus of this. So they are saying that this is nothing but S. Now, if I draw, this is the first part. If I draw a parallelogram which has sides parallel to OA, so you can see that if this is A vector, this will become lambda A vector. And sides parallel to nothing but OB. So you can see that this will become nothing but mu B vector. And if I draw such a parallelogram, the area of this parallelogram, they have given as nothing but B. And they have also given that the diagonal, which will be nothing but the resultant of this is equal to this. So if I write the resultant of lambda A vector plus mu B vector, you can see that it is given to us as 12A vector plus 4B vector. And this will give us the value of lambda, that will be 12, and the value of me, that will be 4. If I want to find the area, this is going to be nothing but mu B vector cross lambda A vector modulus of this. So if I put the value, so mu will come out to be 4, lambda will come out to be 12, we can take it outside. This is B vector cross A vector. Now in the third part, what they want us to find is nothing but the ratio of these two, that is B by S. So here B by S will become nothing but, this is 48 B vector cross A vector ka modulus. This is nothing but 1 by 2 B vector cross A vector. So you can see the answer comes out to be 96. Now this next question talks about a vector, a unit vector in fact, which makes these angles with these three vectors that are given to us. Let us assume this vector to be A vector, B vector, C vector, and then they have given another vector and they're asking the magnitude of difference between these two vectors. So the first step would be to find the value of U vector. And in order to do that, what we can do is we can take dot product with A. If I do that, it is U vector ka mod, A vector mod into cos of angle between them. And you can see that the answer for the first part will be nothing but x by root 2 plus y by root 2. This becomes 1. This also becomes 1. And this is nothing but 0. So you can see that x will be equal to minus z. For the second part, again we can do u vector dot b vector. U vector ka mod, b vector ka mod into cos of pi by 3, that is the angle between them. So u vector again we can see is equal to 1. B vector is equal to 1. And cos of angle between them becomes 1 by 2. And if I take actually dot, you can see that in this y will come, so y by root 2. And z will come, so z by root 2. So the answer of y plus z is equal to 1 by root 2. Second part. In the third part, what we can do is again, we can take u vector dot c vector. Now if I do this, u vector ka mod, b vector ka mod cos of 2 pi by 3. And you can see here x and y terms are coming. So this is x by root 2 plus y by root 2. So this becomes again nothing but minus 1 by 2. So the value of x plus y comes out to be minus 1 by root 2. Third part. So once we have got all these three parts in one place, what we can do is, fundamentally speaking, we can substitute the value of z in the second part. So what we have got was nothing but x plus y as nothing but minus 1 by root 2. What we also have is y plus z. Z we can substitute as minus x, and this is nothing but 1 by root 2. So if I add both of them, the value of 2y comes out to be 0, or the y part becomes a 0. If a y becomes 0, the value of x is nothing but 1 by root 2, minus 1 by root 2, and the value of z would be nothing but 1 by root 2. And by doing this, you have figured out the u vector, that is nothing but minus 1 by root 2 I cap plus 1 by root 2 j cap. Now the remaining part is quite simple, because what they're asking is difference between two vectors. There is a v vector. V vector is given as nothing but 1 by root 2 I cap plus 1 by root 2 j cap plus 1 by root 2 k cap. So u vector minus v vector ka mod will be nothing but modulus of minus 2 by root 2 I cap and minus 1 by root 2 k cap. And if I do this, this comes out to be nothing but root of 4 by 2 plus 1 by 2. This becomes root of 5 by 2. Now in this very interesting question, what they're asking is what are the points of local maxima and minima for this function. So what we can do is we can find the value of f dash of x. That becomes 2 plus 3 into 2 by 3 x raised to the power minus 1 by 3. Now what we can do is if I simplify this, 2 will come out as constant. What we have is 1 plus 1 upon x raised to the power 1 by 3. So this becomes 2 raised to the power 2 into x raised to the power 1 by 3 plus 1 by x raised to the power 1 by 3. Now what we can do in the next is we can apply first derivative test. So let us see where the sign of this derivative will change. So there are two important points. One is minus 1, another one is 0. So if you put this equal to 0, you will get minus 1. If you put this equal to 0, you will get a 0. So now if I start from here, so you can see that your first sign change is happening at 0, and here the slope is negative, then it becomes positive. So this is the point of local minima, and here the slope was positive, then it became negative. So this is the point of local maxima. So there is one local maxima, one local minima. Local maxima will arrive at minus 1, local minima will arrive at 0. Now, if I talk about this paper as a whole, there were many questions in this paper that were doable. There were simple questions. If you get it right, the core concept, the implementation was also very easy. The calculations were also very simpler compared to other shifts. But there was a catch in few questions that were very tricky. Like in the last question, if you take second derivative, the answer will not come. If you forget to consider the point what is happening in the denominator and take that as critical point. So there were a lot of points in the paper where you might get confused. And that is what makes this paper a little bit tricky to get it right. But largely speaking, it was simpler compared to other shifts that happened before. I would expect a little bit of higher cutoff in this paper compared to earlier shift. But I won't say that it is going to be too high, because generally what happens is basically people will drop their anchor that mathematics is a difficult paper, difficult subject. So they will not try and attempt a lot of questions. Hence, there will not be a lot of variation that we'll see in the cutoffs that happens in mathematics, even to get 99%. If you like this video, you will also like Pragbee's unique approach to teaching students or guiding students for the last mile journey. So if you are a student who has been preparing for 2 years and going to write this exam in 2024, this is one of the best ways and platforms that you can prepare with. Unlike other crash courses who focus on teaching 100% syllabus in just 2 to 3 months, which a student took 2 years to prepare, we have a different way to approach the problem. This process works on 3 very specific steps. In step 1, we start from you. What exact preparation have you done in the last 2 years, last 1 year, last few months? And what is the minimum amount of effort, areas, concepts and problems that required to be prepared to get a very good college from JEE Mains? In step 2, based on this customized plan that was prepared based on your strengths and weaknesses and the minimum path of least resistance that you can take to get into a very good college, we align you a one-on-one faculty, a faculty who is going to teach you as a student, keeping your needs into mind, where you are getting stuck in a topic, what kind of problems you cannot solve, and how to solve those problems in a very efficient and smart manner and convert that topic into tangible marks in JEE Mains. In step 3, we attach you to a test series, a testing platform where you can test yourself for each and every topic that you're preparing. You can write full syllabus tests and get an understanding that how this program is working for you, wherein the faculties can again sit with you and customize the plan based on your needs so that your score is getting maximized in JEE Mains exam. Using this program, Ashish was able to maximize his score in JEE Mains and JEE Advanced and was able to get into IIT Madras Mechanical in just a matter of 3 months. If you are one of those students who think that he has got the potential, who can make it, and he wants to have a smart and efficient approach at this point of time, which can maximize his or her result in JEE Mains exam, you can apply for this program in the link given in the description, and somebody from my team will get in touch with you and help you out. See you until next one.